Let's go. Let's get this thing going one way or another. Appreciate you guys. Let's go. Let's go. Rise up to the occasion. Yes. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. Let's rise up. Hope you got your coffee. Let's get this thing going. This is Law Nation as we begin to talk about this early thing in the morning, the pregame talk of the Colts. Everybody understand that Andrew Luck plays for the Colts, which is a damn good player, I must admit. But I'm going to just point out the things that we need to really take a look at when we play against the opposition. These are the things. If we can control the TOP, I'm always going to say that the TOP, for those who've been following the channel, you already know what the TOP is all about. So you already understand what I'm talking about when I say the TOP. Now, this is the other thing. Remember, when I say this, with all of my heart, soul, and capacity of my thoughts and minds, as we push everything together in time, I'm telling you guys that right now, the path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities. And I'm talking about number 2-1, Ezekiel, my main man, Elliott. If we can control the TOP, which is time of possession, run the rock with Ezekiel Elliott, we can stick to what we need to do. Now, last night I saw the game. Did you guys saw the Chiefs versus the Chargers? The magnet of everybody's attention as it relates to football offense. It can be done. It can be done. You can stop those juggernaut offenses, and I'm not saying the Colts are this, but this is just me segueing over to our defense. Meaning that I believe deep down in my heart and my soul and sinew that the Dallas Cowboys can stop any team that plays on Sunday. Any team. All of the 31 other teams out there, the Dallas Cowboys can stop them with our defense, with our style of play. Remember this. This is kind of sort of like me telling you guys like the, what it is, the Lion King, when he said, remember who you are. You are my son, the one true king. So, Cowboys Nation, remember who the Dallas Cowboys are. The Dallas Cowboys defense, that D stands for defense. That's what I'm talking about. If we can play our style of defense and that TOP, time of possession, we can stop most team and every team. I'm just going to not say most team. I'm going to say every team. We can stop them. Before I go a little bit further, I always like to do this. I like to give a shout out to the first person that's in the chat box. You guys know how we roll. You guys know how this thing goes. And then especially for those who like part of the notification squad. If when you jump on in here, look, the benefits of being part of the notification squad, there's no commercials. You can just hear me live and you don't have to worry about, all those other stuff, man. But appreciate each and every last one of you guys. Before I go a little bit further, shout out to this person in there, Chase Barnes, man. Thank you for tuning in, Shotty. Close, man. You always, man. You know want to be in second place, fam. ADV, appreciate your third place. Mark Moto, fourth place, I meant to say, man. Got to step it up, Mark. What's good with you, man? Appreciate you, though. Sip the truth. I see you up in there, fam. And Virginia Finest holding it down, regulating everything around. I really appreciate that, man. I really do, man. Deep down, man. And shout out to you and your whole entire family, man, as we get this thing going. Let me see what we got right here. Let me see what we got over here on the Law Nations 2.0. Give me a few seconds. I got Chaz, man. He regulating over here. Daniel, he's second in third place. Daniel, you got to step it up, fam. You got to step it up. You know, when you come out to the events, I'm going to talk to you now. You got to step it up, man. You second in third place. But neither here nor there. All right, so the Colts, looking at their offensive line, they've been protecting the young Andrew Luck. They got the nice protection up front. I call it the 5. You know, those players are just always just into the mix. The offensive line, they never get the glory. Shout out to the big guys. You guys already know that the offensive line is like the core. Remember, all offseason I said, look, the Cowboys Nation, what we need to focus on is the core. If we can have a good core, we can have a good team. Meaning that the offensive line, fine. As long as Ezekiel Elliott can run behind the offensive line, it's cool. So, and then looking at it from another angle of things, then we look at the Colts, that front five that protects Andrew Luck. Oh, my goodness. The way he dinks and lucks the ball down the field, since y'all call it dink and dak, I'm going to just switch it around. The way Andrew Luck dinks and luck the ball down the field, let me tell you something. That's something that we have to be weary of, because this is the thing. Andrew Luck and the offensive style of play that they do, everything is made for the setup. It's not by chance that they do these little small dinks and dunks. There's a guy named T.Y. Hilton, although he didn't practice the other day. What I'm saying is he can take the top off of anybody's defense. He's fast, he's quick, and then they got an inside guy named Ebron. So this is my game plan for what I want the Cowboys to do. And I'm not coaching the Cowboys, and I'm not saying that this is what they should do. But what I'm saying is this should be the game plan. You flex and you move number 31 on their particular tight end, Ebron. You man that up, and then you tell your guy, AB, because AB still is a 4-3 guy, 4-4, sub 4-3, sub 4-4 guy, right around those margins there. And I do know it sounds crazy because AB been getting burned like previous years or what have you, but he's playing a solid game. He's playing a solid game this season as it relates to this season. You slide because they like to move T.Y. into the inside. He's never the guy that's going to line up on the X all day, every day. He's the guy that they rotate and they move into the inside as well. So the only hope that we have is moving AB on him. Now, in a perfect world, of course, you know what Law Nation would do. I'm talking about a guy named Jordan Hip Pocket Lewis. I would put him on T.Y., but Cowboys, they're going to put AB on him. And speed is speed, strength. You got to jam him a little bit, but you got to respect T.Y., though. Because they rotate him, they do bunch formation, they send him in motion, they do little drag, shallow routes across the middle. So that's the angle. And then on top of that, the weakness of our defense are seams in your slants across the middle. Those are our weakness. So expect Andrew Luck to dink and luck the ball in the middle of the field to set up the big pass and that give and go, that slow go route. Look for that. We got to be on top of that. One thing I do not want, I'm telling you, as much as I love Byron Jones, I do not want him on T.Y. Hilton all day. No. He'll run that kid to death. Shout out to you, Sarah Green. Appreciate you for tuning in to the nation. John S., appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in as well. Matt, what's good with you? Matt T, what's good? Most def, the damn game against the Phillies should have been 21-0. With the Titans game, they got to put it in the end zone when they get there. The identity of the past years. Yes, we've been having issues with red zone scoring for a long time, Matt. Yeah, we did. We are. John S. coming with the facts. I love you guys when y'all drop the facts in there, man. He said 30th in the red zone is a problem. 32nd in goal line to go. Man, those are horrible numbers. So we still got 3 more games to improve on that particular number. So this is the thing. What got us there, when we get into the money zone, green zone, we need to stop getting into those shotgun formations and sending everyone vertically. Thinking, I'm just segueing over because I'm limited and pressed for time. If I have more time, I can really break this thing down to you of what we need to do to improve our red zone efficiency. Now, it does goes with the quarterback play, of course. But this is the thing. When we play against the Colts, we will be looking at our defense from last year and before that. It's a mirror of our defense before. So one thing that I can say with Dak Prescott on this particular, or even Ezekiel Elliott, my main man Elliott, is that this particular offense should be able to score on that particular defense because it's familiarity. It's similarity of what we had before. So we should be able to at least move the ball a little bit on that particular defense. It could be give or take, though, because Eberflus or Eberflus, let me know. Is it Eb or Eve? Flus, I'm just going to call him Flus. Flus knows this particular offense. He knows Jason Garrett. He's been around. He's been inside the system. So, and then he knows he got all of the scouting tape on Dak Prescott. Right now, he's telling Malik Hooker, who is a bad free safety out there for the Colts. Man, that boy is nasty from Ohio State, I believe. That guy, man, when I looked at his tape, ooh-wee. Calvin Williamson, he said, hold up. We them boys. Yes, we are, Calvin. But those are just my reservations as it relates to art. I'm everywhere. I'm on the offense and the defense. I'm everywhere talking about this. I'm trying to squeeze all this thing into one, and I'm not trying to Stephen A. Smith this thing because he said like Hunter Henry last a couple of days ago was going to just be explosive for the Chargers, and we looking like, man, who's Hunter Henry, man? What the world? The guy's been injured all year, man. Anybody, Ray Charles and Stephen Wonder can see that, but I don't want to be that guy, right? I don't want to be leading the nation wrong, so I just got to bring you guys some facts, so you just follow with me. Just walk with me now. Walk with me, Cowboy Nation. If I jump on the offense and I talk about the defense, I'm answering you guys' questions. Shout out to you, Jamal Anderson. Yes, we live like 95. Too much 11 personnel down there. Yep, that's what John S. says. Hey, 11 personnel just means, for those who don't know and understand what 11 personnel is, there's one running back, one tight end. Now, maybe a 12 personnel, maybe you can have a little bit more strength down there in the inside of the red zone, or you can go with a 13 personnel with 3 tight ends and 1 running back, or 23 personnel, more of a power jumbo set. That's what I would do. You got a nice offensive line. I'm talking about the Cowboys. But the problem is that we just never know. I mean, we saw Looney. He gets a little nervous, snap the ball a little too low. We saw the fact that, you just don't have the left guard that you really wanted out there. He's been hurt with not a hamstring, but an ankle injury. Tyron Smith been up and down as of lately. So we're facing, this is what we are facing collectively, Cowboys Nation. We are facing our offensive line. Lyle Collins, the only one that's healthy, who is the true starter out there. That's what we up against. So you got to understand the continuity and the consistency with that offensive line. This is not me making excuses for Dak Prescott and the young man Ezekiel Elliott, but those are things that just been drawn up in the sand as it relates to just as of recently. So I don't know how we can really just get this offensive deal going in the red zone, money zone. My only thing and my only hope for and dream for would be for the Cowboys to do what got them there when they get there. Meaning that if we at the 50-yard line and we running the heck out of Ezekiel Elliott and he's getting 6 to 7 yards per carry, don't get down there to the money zone and say, oh, let's trick him a little bit. Let's get into the shotgun situation. No, you just don't do that. OG Rollins, man, shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. He made the donation to help grow the nation. Appreciate you, man. He says, keep up the good work, bro. Keep up the good work, man. I really appreciate you. Warren Primus, man, appreciate you for tuning in to the nation on the Periscope, man. We everywhere. We here, there, and everywhere, and especially for those who are on my Twitch right now. And if you are on the Discord, salute to you. That link should be in the description box, so you can just follow me and ask me questions throughout the day. Let me see what else we can talk about here. I was talking about just a little bit of the Colts. The ability that they have and the communication that they have of throwing that deep ball and creating and setting up the deep pass, that dink and luck, the plays that they do like in the slants and the flats here. But they got one other guy I'm talking about. He ran like a 4.3 or maybe a sub 4.29 or something like that. Naheem, I cannot pronounce the rest of this man's name. I said the Cowboys, we should pick him up. He would be a nice, wonderful two-piece with the Dallas Cowboys. You got Ezekiel Elliott, then you'll put in him. Ooh, it would have been nightmarish for us to have him. We wouldn't be worried about who's going to do the kickoff and punt returns because that kid, he can go 0 to 1,000 real quick. He's fast, and he's so elusive. So my biggest thing, my only hope would be, can LVE cover that guy out in space? Can we corral and chase to the ball and crash upfield before he gets the ball out of the backfield? He reminds me so much of a guy that's he's taller, bigger, just a little bit. Get in there and just squeeze out like a Darren, like a Sproles a little bit. Just how quick he is, but he's taller and bigger. He's like 6 foot, maybe 5'11", 100 and maybe 82, 83 pounds. But Naheem is a monster, and they're playing at home, guys. They are playing at home, so we have to worry about that. Remember, they got their core together. I'm not worried about Mac a little bit running out of the backfield, but they got their core together. I'm talking about, remember, all offseason I said you got to focus on the core. So the Colts, they got their core. They got a quarterback who's seasoned enough and polished enough to understand This is what the defense is trying to take away, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to dink, and I'm going to dink, and I'm going to luck it, and then I'm going to take the top off the defense with T.Y. They got a wonderful offensive system. So what we have to do, and you already know, we have to punch them in the mouth, and we had to let them know that we are the real deal. Yes, so with that being said, that's pretty much all the time I have for this beautiful morning. It's Friday. I want to tell you guys, get you a coffee, sip it with me. It's good for the soul. And wake up, be productive today. Rep that silver and blue. Rep it. Wherever you go, let the nation know that we down for it. We can fight and we can play any team that's out there. When you're up against the struggles, meet it squarely face to face, lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall. You may conquer, Cowboys Nation, but we are 3-5. We saw it through. Even hope may seem but futile, then with trouble may be beset. But remember, Cowboys Nation, we facing Himes. Yeah, this is his last name, Himes. I thought it was something like Naheem Hines. Yes. So Cowboy Nation, we facing what other legends have met. You may fall. You may conquer. See it through. Even hope may seem but futile. Then with trouble may be beset. You're just facing what other legends have met. Remember that. Like the Roger Starbacks of the world, the Troy Aikmans, the Michael Irvin. We facing exactly what they met. All we got to do is just put things together, and we can arise to the occasion as well. Come on, Cowboy Nation. Let's go one way or another. That's been my time. I really thank you for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing but the best. Salute. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let me play my other one because I love to just leave on out here with this. I want you guys to be crunk. If you're drinking your coffee, get up off your feet. Throw the coffee if you can. Let's go. Yes. This is the Law Nation Show, baby. Morning report coffee time. Yeah, baby. How about them Cowboys, baby? Oh! Come on. LBE! Baby. Down here, dog. Come on, get crunk, baby. I know y'all crunk. I know y'all crunk. Cowboy Nation all day, even twice. Twice on Sunday. Come on, cameraman, get with me. There she goes. Yes. Yes, let's go. Remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. We're out.